Today we'll explore how effective data systems can help improve educational outcomes. This is part of a series of hearings this committee is holding as we work in a bipartisan way to reauthorize the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. My colleagues have demonstrated their dedication to this bipartisan reauthorization process and all bring valuable expertise to the table. Mr. Holt and Ms. McCarthy particularly have been leaders in the data arena for several years. Notably, together they have previously introduced legislation to improve data use in schools across the nation. Data is absolutely critical to educational reform. Just like a successful company relies on sales reports to measure their success, schools need data to make informed and educated decisions about what is working and what isn't. In many schools and districts, data is not used in the most meaningful way to make decisions or even at all. It is unacceptable that education is the only major enterprise in this country on a whole that doesn't use data to make decisions. Teachers, parents, and school administrators and states need access to real-time information to know exactly how students are faring in school. We took a big step forward to address this need in the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act when we required states to comply with the 4 assurances in order to be eligible for the historic investment in education. These assurances help move the ball a little further down the field for schools that are asking states to adopt college and career-ready standards tied to better assessments, to turn around the lowest performing schools, and to ensure teacher talent that is distributed fairly, and to establish data systems that use the data to improve schools. We ask for these commitments from states, especially in the data front, for 2 reasons. One, we can no longer accept an education system that is willing to settle for less than the best of all of our students. The millions of students in classrooms today are our future innovators and engineers. If we are going to regain our footing as a global competitor in the world, we need to demand the best of our schools, our teachers, and our students. And 2, we need an effective longitudinal data systems with focus on safety and privacy for our students that works to help schools succeed. Schools need student-level information in order to better educate every child, both for their own benefit and for our future as a nation. In Western Heights School District in Oklahoma, for example, school officials use data systems to help determine which students were the lowest performing. They realized that their mobile students, those who moved from school to school, were achieving at the lowest levels, dropping out at the highest. After implementing a data system, the dropout rate in the district fell by 11 points in 2 years. If districts implemented early warning indicator systems in middle schools, they could identify the students most likely to drop out of high school and reach those students before they get off track. If a principal uses data to help identify teachers' strengths in the classroom, the principal could work to replicate those achievements on a school-wide level. If researchers were able to investigate state-level data, they could share the practices that are working best to help students succeed. Without data, schools are operating in the dark. Simply put, data systems work. That's why there has been a tremendous focus on data in the next iteration of the Elementary Secondary Education Act, so the new law can be a real catalyst for positive change in our schools. Since we announced we are working to rewrite ESEA, we've heard from thousands of stakeholders. Their input has been incredibly helpful. We all agree that the status quo is failing our children and won't lead our children to the future. It's time we put the needs of our students and teachers at the top of our priorities. We can't let our students suffer the failures of a system that doesn't support them. We have an obligation to the children in this country to get it right the first time. That is why the data is so absolutely critical. It's time to give teachers the tools they need to make data-based, informed decisions in the classroom. Critics of the use of data are operating under an antiquated school of thought. We have to take our schools to the future. When data is properly presented and where people are given skills to use it and know the purpose behind it, data can be a most valuable tool to school success.